Israel allowed aid delivery to schools, sheltering hundreds in northern Gaza, then set fire to them. This is the aftermath. On November 12th, Israel allowed aid into Bet Hanan for the first time in over a month. The next day, soldiers raided and burned the shelters where the aid was delivered. They killed 24 people, set fire to their aid packages, and forced men to strip. Israel have misled the world into believing it is provided aid, establishing field hospitals, and expanding humanitarian areas, and instead it has bombed its destination safe zones, killing and wounding a large number of people.
Israel is just killing people. They don't give a fuck.
Around 7,500 Palestinians have been sheltering in Beit Hanan for over 40 days. Thousands have fled south, but many are still trapped in their home. The city has no functioning hospitals, and rescue workers had to suspend operations weeks ago. This isn't the first time Israel has attacked areas where aid was delivered. On October 31st, an Israeli airstrike targeted the third floor of the Camel Adwan hospital, destroying medical supplies that had been delivered just 5 days earlier. The situation is dire in every sense of the word. Words have failed to describe the reality we are enduring. Israelis' attacks on Gaza have killed over 43,700 Palestinians since October 2023.
These people are the ones that knocked down the Tower of Babel just like they did the Twin Towers.
Good evening, America. Tonight, we address a story that has been clouded in secrecy. We've attempted multiple times to bring you details about an ongoing federal investigation involving a New York resident named Fitz. However, the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security have denied us permission to report in full. What we can confirm is that Fitz was present at the Bayside Marketplace on January 1st, where he allegedly witnessed something classified. He captured footage of the event, and that footage, we are told, is of critical importance. As a result, he's missing, his whereabouts unknown, following weeks of surveillance and federal interest. The government has refused to release any further information, and we are being warned not to press deeper. But the American people have the right to know why a citizen, an ordinary witness, has disappeared. What is the government hiding? We will continue to push for answers despite the barriers we face. This is about more than one man. It's about transparency and accountability. Thank you for joining us.
Do y'all understand how much power Israel has over the United States? They own and run the United States. Let me tell y'all. So the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Netanyahu and his defense cabinet, Gallant, whatever his name is. Anyway, United States Senator Lindsey Graham on Fox News told them, if y'all touch him, we're gonna sanction you, even your own allies. He told Germany, France, Britain, even Canada, threatened them and said, if y'all even think about it, we coming after you, your own allies. Now y'all think that, and then now, the United States is going after the International Criminal Court. Wow. The International Criminal Court after World War II was formed for war crimes, genocide, stuff like that. So that it never happens again. So the United States, no matter what they do, Israel, Biden is like, yes, sir, master, sir, anything you want, sir. We giving billions and billions. It's actually an undisclosed amount because the United States is claiming they don't know where $168 billion went. They're claiming, oh, we don't know where it went. I think I know where it went. Anything they need, anything they want, they get it instantly. They don't have to ask. They don't have to beg. They can commit as many war crimes as they possibly want, and we will bow down. So those, senators, the House, they gonna have full control in next year or even now. And they trying to get a law that anybody go against Israel, anybody say anything against Israel, is gonna be sanctioned. Wow, now that's real power that foreign government has. Yes.
98% of the American political platform has a dual citizenship with the State of Israel, a secret society which was established between the United States and Israel. Israel's law of return allows Jews and their descendants to become Israeli citizens without giving up their original citizenship. This law makes it easy for American Jews to become Israeli citizens while keeping their U.S. nationality. Here are some other details about dual citizenship in Israel. Eligibility. The law of return applies to Jews and their descendants up to the third generation, including children, grandchildren, spouses, and widows or widowers of Jews. Acceptance. Dual citizenship is widely accepted in Israel, with some estimates suggesting that about 10% of the population has dual citizenship. Renunciation. Israeli citizenship can be voluntarily given up if the individual is living outside of Israel, already has another nationality, and has no military service obligations. Removal. Citizenship can be taken away from people who fraudulently acquired it or who breached their loyalty to the state. International war crimes are violations of international humanitarian law that are criminalized under international law. Some examples of war crimes include killing civilians or prisoners of war, torture, using poison or poison weapons, sexual violence, taking hostages, destroying civilian property, pillaging, conscripting children into the military. The International Criminal Court, ICC, is the only permanent international court that has jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for war crimes. The ICC is located in The Hague, Netherlands. Other international crimes include genocide, the intent to destroy a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group, crimes against humanity, murder, extermination, deportation, and other acts.
Israel orchestrated the 9/11 attacks to bring us to this day.
What does the Bible say about government involvement? Let every person be subject to the governing authorities. For there is no authority except from God granted by his permission and sanction, and those which exist have been put in place by God. Romans 13:1.
These Jews have been using the Bible to pre-designate their movements in controlling the populations of the earth. And 9/11 was the warm-up tip drill.
911 has established many laws, including federal laws and state laws. Kerry's Law and Ray Baum's Act. These federal laws require updates to compliance for making 911 calls. Kerry's Law, named after Kari Hunt, who was killed in 2013 after her daughter's 911 calls were blocked by the motel's phone system. This law requires multi-line telephone systems, MLTs, to notify a central location when a 911 call is made. Ray Baum's Act. This law requires that 911 calls include dispatchable location information, such as the caller's street address, floor level, and room number. State laws. In 2022, 36 states enacted 88 bills related to 911, including reclassifying 911 telecommunicators as first responders, training telecommunicators in telephone cardiopulmonary resuscitation, TCPR, creating or increasing fees related to 911 services, passing legislation relating to mental health crisis hotlines. Phone systems installed, sold, or leased after February 16, 2020 are subject to these laws, regardless of whether they are on premises, cloud, or hybrid.
These laws were created to restrict a certain population from getting the benefits of government. That mostly means the Islamic population. These books were created specifically for judgment of the populations by the organizations of men. So when they say God's people, they're not talking about the real God people. They're talking about the people that they selected to be God's people.
Revelation 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
During the course of the Spanish Inquisition, Jews and Moors were systematically persecuted, and for more than 300 years coercive measures were taken against any non-Catholics on the Iberian Peninsula. During the course of the Spanish Inquisition, Jews and Moors were systematically persecuted, and for more than 300 years coercive measures were taken against any non-Catholics on the Iberian Peninsula.
Jews and Moors were persecuted during the Inquisition. And Jews and Moors, the real Jews and the real Moors, are still being prosecuted until this day.
Ethiopian Jews, also known as Beta Israel, are a Jewish diaspora group with a history in Ethiopia that dates back thousands of years. History. The Beta Israel claim descent from Menelik, the son of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. They practiced a non-Talmudic form of Judaism that was similar to Karaite Judaism. In the 4th century CE, the Ethiopian kingdom of Aksum converted to Christianity, and the Beta Israel were persecuted and forced to retreat to northern Ethiopia. Persecution. In the 19th and 20th centuries, many Beta Israel converted to Christianity and became known as the Falash Mora. Immigration to Israel. In the late 1970s, Ethiopian Jews began to immigrate to Israel, and in 1991, Operation Solomon airlifted over 14,000 Ethiopian Jews to Israel in 36 hours. Today, there are about 160,000 Israelis of Ethiopian origin. Challenges. Ethiopian Jews face challenges in Israel, including discrimination and a lack of acceptance of their Jewish identity. Some Ethiopian Jews in Gondar City are waiting for the resolution of their immigration visas with Israel. Religious practices. Ethiopian Jews celebrated Sig, a festival that commemorated the giving of the Torah. On this holiday, community members would fast, climb a mountain, and listen to chants from the Hebrew Bible. Work. Non-Jewish neighbors called Ethiopian Jews Buddha, which means possessors of the evil eye. This was due to their work as blacksmiths and goldsmiths, which was associated with magical powers.
So now you know where the term Buddha came from. The god Buddha, just like other god names. So you know who the real Jews are and you know who the fake Jews are. And we are the Moors.